Wow, Josh Brolin, this film can be hot and intense. Only the Brave, directed by Joseph Kosinski, starring Josh Brolin, Jennifer Connelly, Miles Teller, Natalie Hall, Taylor Kitsch, James Badge Dale, Jeff Bridges, and Andie MacDowell. This movie is based on the true story of the Mountain Granite Hotshots. This is a firefighter team that fights against wildfires that happen in the western part of the country, California, Arizona, Nevada, that area of the country. And this is based on the true story of what happened to them a few years back. I'm not sure when this tragedy happened, but this is the true story of the Mountain Granite Hotshots, how they fight fires. This movie is really good. I really did like this movie. Josh Brolin plays the chief of the Mountain Granite Hotshots, Eric Marsh, and Jennifer Connelly plays his wife in the movie. They are great in the movie. They have terrific chemistry. Then you have Miles Teller, who plays a recovering, I think he's a drug addict, who ends up joining up with the Mountain Granite Hotshots. He wants to prove that he can be a good father, since he just finds out that he has a daughter, and the mother is played by Natalie Hall. So he's trying to prove that he can provide for this daughter, and he is very good in the movie as well. Then you have Jeff Bridges and Andie MacDowell. Jeff Bridges plays the mayor in this movie, and Andie MacDowell plays his wife, and they were great in the film. And Taylor Kitsch plays one of the Mountain Granite Hotshots in the movie. He's a bit of a troublemaker in the film, and he thinks he's all that with the ladies. And he becomes like a surrogate brother to Miles Teller when they end up becoming so close as partners in the Mountain Granite Hotshots fire crew. The movie does a great job showing how they fight fires. They fight fires with shovels, dirt, and actually fighting fire with fire, in a manner of speaking. They burn some of the brush that they want to prevent being used as fuel to help build a trench, a boundary around the fire to prevent the fire from spreading too far. While other firefighters, when they go against forest fires, they use water, and they do show the firefighters using water too. They show a plane carrying the water to drop the water on the forest fire, and the way they showed how they fight the fires was done very well, and you can feel the intensity of the fire when you're watching this movie. You almost feel the heat when you're watching this. That's one of the things I really liked about this movie. One of the things I liked about Only the Brave was that they showed that the firefighters were like a family. They treated each other like they were brothers. They had a camaraderie, a very strong bond between each other. And Eric Marsh, the fire chief, was very much like a father to them. And they really pulled for each other and everything. And this movie really did a good job of showing that bond that firefighters have for each other. This is a really good movie, and the true story is done very well. But let's get into the flaws of the film, because this movie is not perfect, even though I really did like it. One of the main flaws of this movie is there are scenes where it does feel a little bit like a beer commercial. There's a scene that shows the guys opening a beer with a chainsaw, which is kind of funny, but doesn't really seem realistic. It doesn't really seem like something guys would do, but maybe these guys would do it because they're part of the fire crew and they're just having fun, perhaps. That was interesting and took a little bit away from the movie though. Then you have the fact that the movie does feel a little bit predictable because you know that this is a true story and you know pretty much how the story's going to go beat by beat. You know that eventually there's going to be a tragedy happening in the movie and you're going to feel the pain of that tragedy. So therefore there's not much suspense before the tragedy happens until the climax of the movie. That was one of the problems with the movie, but I didn't really mind it too much because I was getting so invested with these characters and how well the movie sets up their fight to be firefighters. Through much of the movie, they're being treated like the B team, even though they know so much about how to fight fires. And I did like that part of the movie, that they were treated like underdogs and it really got you to root for them. So overall, this is a really great movie and I recommend to be ready to cry because this movie made me cry at the end of the film. I was really sad for what happens in this movie. So overall, I'm gonna give this movie an A-. It's definitely worth checking out, and that's all I gotta say for Only the Brave.